Broadcasting live from an Airstream somewhere in Tornado Alley, bringing you the people, places, and stories from the Panhandle to the Red River. This is your Only in Oklahoma show.
And welcome to the show. Today we're getting you prepped for WoodyFest in Okemah, and after the break, let's get rid of taxes, shall we? I'm Brett.
And I am Harley.
I don't know why I waited. That's called in the biz. That's called a pregnant pause. I've had way too many of those. Let's just say. Between the both of us, we've had quite a few pregnant pauses, if I do say so myself.
Yes. All of my kids are in the chat, by the way.
This is true. Mine are in bed.
Yours don't understand.
They don't understand
the word chat.
They don't. Or be quiet. Or, okay, you've asked the same question repeatedly. Your son was in town.
Yes, he was. So I just did whatever he wanted to do, which was run around all over town.
And eat stuff that he hasn't.
Yeah. I made chicken pasta.
Do you like it?
He liked it, yeah. Everybody liked it.
What'd you put in it?
Chicken.
Okie dokie, but yeah.
Chicken, rotel, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese. Why are we talking about my recipe for chicken pasta?
It's chicken impossible.
It was what I had in the kitchen.
Okay, speaking of chicken impossible, my son and there's a video coming soon. My oldest son, the one that can stay up past 8 o'clock, and I went to see Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, the final, Ethan Hunt's final ride.
And?
Great movie, but 25 minutes in, nothing but audio. Every server in the Warren Theater in Oklahoma crashed.
Oh, that's fun.
So every theater got free passes.
Wow.
So we finally figure out it's not happening. While we're listening to the audio, people are doing shadow puppets. So then I take it upon myself to start doing the dialogue as Ethan Hunt. With my hand, people loved it. Of course they did.
Yeah, I'm sure. You got a standing ovation.
I did. Then we realized we could go downstairs and get passes, so we stood in line, got passes. Then there was a mumbling that they were going to start rewinding movies if you wanted to go back in and watch. So they're going to rewind them. So we went back in, finished the movie, got free passes.
You know, rewinding movies used to mean something else.
It did. Be Kind Rewind used to be a requirement. You felt guilty. Did you ever feel guilty not rewinding a movie?
I don't think I ever gave it any thought at all.
You know, they had these just tape rewinders.
Yeah.
And they had banks of those at like Blockbuster or whatever. I did always feel bad though. I always rewound my tapes.
I recently watched a video making fun of the fact that Blockbuster was offered Netflix.
And they passed.
Yeah. I mean, it was dirt cheap too. I think it was like $1 million.
I, for one, wasn't a big Blockbuster guy because it wasn't close to the house. You know, it had to be something if I had to go by myself that I could ride a bike to in a reasonable time.
Yeah, I don't think that I was a big Blockbuster person. There was some local movie place.
Well, and if you want to blame anyone for anything, blame Blockbuster for your mom and pop movie shop going out of business. Because here's the thing, when you went into Blockbuster, you weren't going to find a tape that obscure movie.
No, it was literally the top 10 movies.
Top 10 movies of the year or the last couple of years.
Yes.
So I blame Blockbuster for the fall of physical media in the realm of VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, because they sank the mom and pop battleships that we enjoyed going to.
Mm-hmm.
You weren't getting Faces of Death.
No.
At Blockbuster.
No, you were not.
Emmanuel in Paris. What are you doing?
That wasn't me, was it? Was it me? It was me. What is going on?
What are you doing?
I was trying to get the video for this, and it's not working. So now I'm gonna.
So Blockbuster sucks. They always did.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Blockbuster.
No, I remember there was a movie place down the street, and it was where I originally saw the movie, or I rented the movie, and it was like a 20-minute movie. The Thing in the basement.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
The worst movie ever, and I think I watched that thing until the tape broke.
Yeah.
It was just fun. Anyway, speaking of entertainment, Today we are talking about the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival, July 9th through 12th in Okemah, Oklahoma.
Okemah's not just for rattlesnakes.
It's not. And this festival has become quite the event.
It's a draw. People come from all around.
So, it was originally called the Woody Guthrie Folk Festival.
Yeah.
The fans started calling it WoodyFest, and it stuck. It's held annually on the weekend that's closest to Woody Guthrie's July 14th birthday. And it began in the late 90s. There was a group of passionate volunteers that gathered to honor Woody Guthrie's music and philosophy. It's held in his hometown of Okemah, Oklahoma.
You know, in just a few short years, 1997 will be 30. That blows my mind.
Yeah. I mean,
it just blows my ever-loving mind.
So the inaugural event happened in 1998. It included Guthrie's son Arlo, British folk punk artist Billy Bragg, Ellis Paul, Jimmy LaFave, Joel Raphael, and the Red Dirt Rangers. Dude, that was a big deal.
A very big deal for a small community of Okemah.
The minimum number of people that show up to this, 10,000.
That's a lot. That's a lot for a festival that's not feeding you mulberries or watermelon.
That's huge.
Yeah.
To recognize an artist who stopped producing music 40, 50 years ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So, I mean, and people come from all over. I don't know if you're aware of this or not. Governor Frank Keating in 1999 said Woody Guthrie left a rich legacy to future Oklahoma musicians and is certainly one of the most well-known musical artists to have ever hailed from Oklahoma.
Frank Keating went to my church.
Did he?
Growing up Catholic. He's a
politician. When he walked in, and he stuck his finger in the holy water, did it steam?
No. No, I listen, he was a man without stain. You can't really say a lot about the guy that was bad. He went to church every Sunday.
He was a politician.
He was.
Speaking of Catholic churches and steaming holy water,
Have not.
Have you given any more consideration to...
I have given serious consideration. My bestie, my baptismal bestie, Carly, and I haven't talked much more about it, but I am open to the possibility of getting my Catholicism on again. Maybe. It's just a lot of work, man. You can't just walk in. I mean, you can.
I was going to say, I bet
Listen,
you can.
I'm going to be honest. There's so much about being a Catholic. There used to be a saying, and I hope this doesn't get me canceled, but they would say, what was it? Jews live with guilt. Catholics are born with it. I don't know what that. We could probably cut that one out, but I feel guilty not doing it the right way, not reintroducing myself to the church in the right way, But I could still go in and fake it till I make it, without having to go through all the hallelujah hoopla.
How does the significant other feel about this particular conversation?
I haven't really talked about it.
What's her religious upbringing?
None.
No religion.
Yeah. No religion? No.
Like REM?
Yeah.
Not like REM losing my religion because she never had any.
Yeah. So,
she's a heathen.
Right. But it's a deeply personal thing, really. Honestly, it's not about getting my kids involved with it. It's more of a personal thing than anything else. But yeah, we'll get back to that.
So we're just moving on. Got it.
We're moving on.
So you're probably familiar with this statue. The first festival, the Woody Guthrie Coalition commissioned Native American sculptor Dan Brooke to cast a full-body bronze statue of Guthrie and his guitar, complete with the inscription, "This machine kills fascists."
As a matter of fact, in Tulsa, in the art district, there's a mural of him with that guitar that says "This machine kills fascists." It's pretty cool. Yeah.
The statue today has got a real patina from the oxidation over the years, but it is between two murals, Woody murals, in a small park between 3rd and 4th Street in the heart of downtown Okemah.
Like you said, I mean, there's a reason people come from all over. 1,000 or 10,000 attendees average. I mean, it's a very big.
It's a long-lived deal, though, too. Woody Guthrie was born in 1912 in Okemah.
Long time ago.
Come on. 1912.
Early, mid-1900s.
Is that 113 years?
Yeah.
He was probably mostly remembered for the songs that he wrote in and around the post-World War II era. But there's a ton of stuff that happens at this festival. They have a free children's festival that occurs July 12th and 13th in the city park. But there are a ton of people performing. You've got Hayes Carl, Evan Felker on July 9th. Sarah Lee Guthrie, granddaughter of Woody Guthrie, will perform an opening set. And then, again, the Red Dirt Rangers are going to be there. Pony Bradshaw. Full artist lineup. If you want the full rundown of who's going to be there, their website is woodyfest.com. But in addition to the live music, there's going to be a range of free educational programs in the Children's Festival, like I said. But people come from all over to participate in the educational aspects around Woody Guthrie.
Yeah, and for more information, check out woodyfest.com. Hey, after the break, death in taxes or death of taxes or death before taxes or taxes after death. What does it all mean? Stick around.
It's time for the Oklahoma Deer Conference and Expo, August 16th in Oklahoma City. I'm Todd Craighead, and no matter how long you've deer hunted or your skill level, DeerCon has something for everyone. Learn the tips and skills from subject matter experts to make this deer season your best ever. More than 20 classes to choose from. Register at oklahomahuntersandanglers.org. Brought to you by the Oklahoma Department of Wildlife Conservation and the Oklahoma Hunters and Anglers Association.
So we have a news story.
Yeah.
From the Center for Independent Journalism at the Oklahoma City Council of Public Affairs.
That is a long name.
It is. They call themselves the OCPA, by the way.
Let's just do that. Yeah, we'll do that next
time. But Ray Carter wrote, "The income tax cut path to zero sent to Stitt."
Mr. Carter. Sorry, I had to. It was going to be said.
So I gave you the option on news stories, and you decided this is the news story that you wanted to talk about. Members of the Oklahoma Senate have provided final passage to legislation that cuts Oklahoma's income tax and puts the tax on the path to a rate of zero. And that has gone to the desk of Governor Kevinstitt.
I am not the worst person to talk to about politics, but I'm up there. I don't know what the cost-benefit analysis, other than on the surface being alleviated of the taxes. I know certain people that rely on tax returns and things like that at the end of the year. What does it all mean?
So, House Bill 2764 cuts Oklahoma's top income tax rate from 4.75% to 4.5% starting in 2026.
Yeah.
And it restructures the 6 income tax brackets down to 3. Basically, there's less variation between the tax rates, but the overall tax rate is lowering by 0.25%. But the real news behind this story is it mandates future reductions in the top income tax rate when the state collections grow by a specific amount, allowing for the process to be repeated over and over until the personal income tax becomes completely gone, zero.
Okay. I mean, you know what? I'll be 100% honest, and I'm very dense when it comes to this kind of thing. I don't even think about the tax.
Well, here, I'll put it into perspective for you a little bit.
Sure.
The 0.25% tax reduction for income taxes will save Oklahomans $340 million a year.
That's a lot.
$340 million. There's 4 million people here, so you're talking, what is the math on that? Somewhere $80-90 million or $80-90 per person.
Is this a way to curb the anxiety about the price of eggs and the inflation? And
my understanding is we've had a surplus year over year since like 2017, where we're bringing in more money than we're spending as a state. And I was all for having the rainy day fund, but I like the idea of why are we still taxing people when we don't spend all of the money?
I can see that.
My personal opinion, and maybe I'm showing some of my political bias, I do think that simplifying the tax code and having lower taxes will make us more competitive for businesses and for families moving to Oklahoma.
I don't mind talking about this stuff, but full transparency, I just feel like a freaking doober when we talk about it. I'm like, money's cool. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm trying. That's a lot of money. $300 and something million is a lot of freaking money.
It is, and when you're talking about a 0.25% being that much money,
yeah,
like the full 4.75%, huge.
Yeah, that's massive.
Like that's billions of dollars. And if we can find a way, if it's through use taxes and that sort of stuff, to where people don't have to pay taxes unless they're spending money, I think it makes sense. But again, that's just my opinion. I know there are some opponents to this bill, and they argued we should increase government spending to fit the budget or the receipts, the tax receipts, as opposed to approving new tax cuts. I'm not a fan of that. I think if you say government can spend more, they will.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, and it never works out in the right way.
You give them an inch to take a mile. And they charge you for it.
We can go back to I-35 for this.
Yeah.
I don't know how many billions of dollars. We may be approaching $1 trillion.
Penny tax. Penny taxes, right?
I don't know if I-35 was ever part of a penny tax situation. I know MAPS was, but I think MAPS is a different thing altogether because all of the money's been geared towards tourism, and it's paid off. But, again, that tax was supposed to expire in 1992 or whatever, and it's been extended and expanded year after year after year.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's got to come to an end.
We got to move on, or I'm going to look like more of an airhead than I already do.
Well, some of the opponents have said things like, we should raise spending, we should lower income tax rate without cutting essential services. I don't think we're talking about cutting essential services. What's his name here? Paxton. He said, we've cut taxes since I've been here. We've cut the grocery tax and we've cut the income tax. We have yet to cut services. We actually expanded the amount of money we spend over the services every year. I agree with that. I don't know why why that would be an argument against lowering the taxes.
Right.
Like we're expanding the tax base and lowering the overall taxes on the individual residents. I think it's a good thing. But again, there are people that are going to argue it. I like it.
Yeah, I think there's a strong case for it, and I'm sure there's a strong case against it. You know how it is. I mean, red pill, blue pill.
Well,
pick your poison.
I think that Stitt's going to pass the bill, but if you want more information, there is a ton of information. We'll include a link in the show notes for you to dig deeper if you are interested.
Well, if you're interested in knowing what people think about us, you don't have to go very far.
We do have some feedback. Yes.
We do got some feedback.
Mounds, Oklahoma. I cut just what Cafe 75 had shared about us.
Yeah.
They shared a photo of us coming down. They said, wow, check out this award from the guys from the OnlyinOKShow. Brought to us for winning their Oklahoma Tournament of Champions for the best chicken fried steak. We love it. What an honor. Thank you so much. But there is some additional feedback in and around the same thing that I would like for you to share with the class.
Oh, from Pisos in Tulsa?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got some flowers. We got an array of flowers, not necessarily the prettiest flowers, but we did get flowers for having anointed Cafe 75 as the Tournament of Championship winner for chicken fried steak in the state of Oklahoma via internet contest.
He did mention that there was an internet contest that had anointed Cafe 75 as the chicken fried steak champion of Oklahoma.
I'm tired of being referred to as an internet contest.
But I do want to point out that the internet did not come up with the contest. Brett and Harley at the OnlyinOKShow created the Oklahoma Tournament of Champions for Best Chicken Fried Steak,
Dude, I'm getting tired of the internet. I'm really getting tired of the internet and being falsely labeled, misinterpreted, you're being misinformed, folks. You're being misinformed. We're so much more than an internet contest.
It's funny. It's never named. It's just they won an internet contest. They were the winner of an internet contest.
It's like
what
saying
internet contest?
It's like saying an essay contest.
Yeah, it's
I'm so sick of it.
Name it.
We tag every and I didn't want to get crybaby in, but we tag every single source. We cite every source. It's not clout. It's the right thing to do. Internet contest. Read the frickin' trophy pisos of Tulsa. Everybody's like, you should follow him. Why? He doesn't do anything for us. I mean, seriously, I'm so tired of this freaking competition where it's like us against them. We're in this together. Am I wrong? It just irritates the shit out of me.
I'm of the opinion that everybody that does any sort of work to bring up the small businesses in Oklahoma, whether you're an influencer that does food reviews, whether you've got a podcast
or a community page
or anything of that nature, if you're trying to help small businesses in Oklahoma, we're on the same team.
He owns a restaurant. He gets it. Do the right thing, people. I mean, for God's sakes, I'm just over it.
I think everybody thinks it's a competition.
It's not. It's so not a competition. Because trust me, there are people making millions of dollars, and we're over here like, dialing for dollars. I'm just over it. I'm over the cattiness, the childishness. Please leave this. We have our own way of doing things. We have been doing this for 10 years.
It's longer than 10 years, just so you know.
It is longer than 10. God dang, you're right. It is. We've been doing this for 12 years.
Yes, we have.
12 years.
We're pretty good at what we do.
For a couple of guys in a high-rise studio.
Yeah.
Overlooking livestock and acreages. We're doing pretty daggone good. We give everybody their credit.
I do think it's important. I'm sorry. I don't care who you are. I don't care how big you are or how much competition you think if you're referencing somebody else's work, just say the work. Because if you want to go find the championship internet contest, I promise you, it's going to be really hard to find if you don't include any information other than it was from the internet.
Right.
We're not the internet.
We're not Yelp. This wasn't Google review top 10. It wasn't any of that.
No.
We legitimately put this thing together. I'm not saying, and we're probably going to get heat. You know what? Give me heat. Please.
It's not even a matter of not getting credit for it. It makes it impossible for people to understand what happened. You can't just say
internet contest. A thing happened.
A thing on the internet. That's where we release a lot of our material, but we are not the internet.
We are not the internet.
I am not Neo. You are not Morpheus. But again, super pumped on Cafe 75. They surprise me every time they come up.
Oh, yeah.
They're so humble,
gracious,
and that's been a thing almost every single time we run into somebody a small business owner in the state of Oklahoma that surprises us. The number one thing that surprises us is how humble they are.
We are the OnlyinOKShow. We are the cream of the crop. Cup of coffee in the morning when you're listening to us. We are the OnlyinOKShow. The one, the only. There are no substitutes.
And you can help us keep the lights on. Go buy some stickers or a t-shirt from our Redbubble store. You can search OnlyinOKShow on redbubble.com.
Or come find me on soapbox.net.
This has been the OnlyinOKShow. I am Harley.
And I'm Brett.
And we're out of here.
Peace.
Ready.
We're ready? Is everyone ready for us to get it going? We need 10,000 likes. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1.